League East rivalry on ESPN's Monday Night Baseball, 7 Eastern. We got David Wright and the Mets taking on Jason Hayward and the Braves. Both games available on ESPN3.com. Well, the tale of two stories for Jamie McMurray. He has 5 finishes this year in the top 2. He's won 2 of the biggest races you can ever imagine. And he's got 9 finishes, a 24th and worse. And here he is in 30th position, a lap down. How do you figure this out?
Well, that is hard to figure out. You think, you carry a lot of momentum from last week. I expected Jamie to be really good here.
I think that was pretty much the general consensus on everybody. People we were talking to down in the garage area.
Of course, he's sitting here. One of the problems that he's had was the 2 pit road speeding penalties that's really got him in a bad situation, but they weren't running that good to start with.
Well, we were talking a little baseball, and during the break, Jeff Burton was doing his own slide as he was oh so close. And here he comes. Right now, Burton has got himself back into the 7th position, but he almost got himself into the fence.
Well, he's trying to make up, he's trying to make up that ground that he lost on the pit stop, and then he actually even lost more spots on the restart. So he's got a fast car. He's just trying to get it back to the front.
I've always said if you could see the sponsor's name on the side of the car from that angle, that's not good.
Especially if it's the right side.
Yeah. All right, so Burton hanging on right now as he's at 7th. And what about Clint Boyer? What a day Boyer has had. He has moved up 31 spots. He's now cracked the top 10 guys. He is running 9th.
Yeah, they must have made a really good adjustment. He got up to that 15th spot we had talked about and was just kind of hanging there for a long time. And since that restart, he's got himself in the top 10 now.
Okay, not much movement in the top 6, but look at the second page. And there you can see why this is so important for Clint Boyer. He is in that 12th and final spot. Now, who's on the bubble right now? Well, exactly 50 points behind as they run right now would be the 5 of Mark Martin. Let's get more on the 33. Mike Massaro.
Well, Dale just talked about the adjustment they made during the last stop. Well, they just made a wedge adjustment. They were looking for some grip, and they were loose everywhere. Apparently, it has worked out pretty well. Clint came over the radio not too long ago saying this is a little bit better than it was before. But remember, guys, they were awfully confident coming into today. Remember, back in June, they led quite a few laps. In fact, they led 59 laps and finished top 10. They knew they had a pretty good setup for this racetrack. They anticipated having a good run, despite the fact that they had to start all the way back 40th.
And while you were updating that, I just noticed that Juan Pablo Montoya stopped after only 19 laps. There he is. He's got problems because that's Denny Hamlin right on his back bumper, about to put him a lap down.
Yeah, Montoya's got fresher tires. I don't think you'll see him go a lap down right here unless he's got a problem with his car. Should have fresh enough tires to pull away from Denny Hamlin.
You'll be fine there.
You can hear the crew reassuring Juan Pablo. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened. No word yet from pit road exactly why they came in this early.
You just made a pit stop, so you got to think maybe it was a loose wheel or something like that. You can see right here making the pit stop under green. Oops.
Ooh, that doesn't look good.
Got a problem here too.
So Juan Pablo Montoya right now, 24th position, the last car on the lead lap. Meanwhile, the battle up front, there you can see it's starting to get a little good again because there's lap traffic in between Denny Hamlin and Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin has been slipping back towards these guys, and Jeff Gordon's going to be on him, but I also see that 29 car. He's coming also. Harvick's got the best, this is the best run he's made all day.
And Jeff's going to want Regan Smith in that 78 to sort of slide out of the way.
He will.
He wants a piece of the 11 if he can get to it. And here comes Kevin Harvick into the mix. There he is closing in the 29. And you're right, DJ. He hasn't snuck up on anybody today.
No, I think that we talked about him enough that everybody's been aware of what he's been doing, and boy, he's really made some good adjustments, got himself in a great spot to try to win this race. And talk about Regan Smith, he's the first car lap down right now, so I'm not sure how much he's going to give there. And I think we saw Gordon get up behind him, kind of lost the nose of his car, and that's what these guys typically fight as they try to pass any cars, whether it's a lap car or not.
Well, the guy he has to worry about for that lucky dog position would be the 12 of Brad Keselowski, but Keselowski is several car lengths back. Stay with us. While we were in break, we had our third caution of the day come out, and the race off pit road. 2 tires this time for Dale Earnhardt Jr. pays big dividends, at least for now, as he picks up 14. Tony Stewart picks up 3. Kevin Harvick holds station. Jeff Gordon loses 2. And Jimmy Johnson drops 6 in the exchange and now finds himself 10th coming off pit road. Big break now for Dale Earnhardt Jr. The reason for the caution, there was a very sizable chunk of metal down in turn number 1, and it was in the race line. Free pass is going to go to the 78 of Regan Smith. And to give you an idea, there is the chunk of metal, and I don't think anybody wants to be running over that.
No, absolutely not. And how about Dale Jr. up here? I know they just took the 2 tires, but they were just a lap down not too long ago.
Lance McGrew and the crew doing a good job of getting him back up there.
Let's go back and review the pit stops and see if we can see what happened, especially on that 48 car. Mike, pick it up for us, buddy.
And Jimmy came down pit road. He was feeling like the car was a little snug center and a little bit loose off, so they're going to try to make that adjustment. They made a chassis adjustment on the track bar, a 4-tire change. Hard to tell exactly where they lost time, but Chad came in over the radio talking to Jimmy afterwards saying, I need you to come down pit road a little bit harder. Next time, he felt like that's where they were giving up something on the racetrack, Doc.
And top of your screen, pretty good stop for Jeff Gordon. They went back up a half round on the track bar and made an adjustment on the air pressure going back to where they were on the previous pit stop in terms of the handling package. Kevin Harvick away, and Jamie, Denny Hamlin was down toward you.
Yes, he was. Kevin Harvick, it was a clean stop, no adjustments the last 3 stops in a row, so he was flat, didn't gain, didn't lose, but Denny Hamlin was a loser there, -4 positions, just a slow stop for him. He said he's loose off, the tires are just over-rotating. Air pressure was the only call, and that shouldn't take any extra time, guys. It was just low for the 11.
Well, and a guy that's going to benefit out of this is Juan Pablo Montoya. Remember, he came in early, he almost went a lap down, and right now he's able to stay back out, and at this moment is shown as the race leader. And we're still going to try and track down exactly why he came in early, but it could turn out to pay big dividends for you as you're over the wall with Kenyatta Houston as he does his job on the 78. So the pit stops under caution here, our 3rd of the day, are concluded, and we're going to go green here soon. Back here at Pocono as we are here for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Pocono, presented by Aaron's. We're going to go one more lap. We found another piece of metal. There it is, right there on the track. And we had 8 cars take the wave around, and our Aaron's lucky dog goes to the 78 of Regan Smith. So that, with the wave around, will now give us a total of 27 cars on the lead lap. And we should tell you, Kyle Busch was in for an extended stay. They were up underneath looking at the radio. We're wondering if maybe that first piece of metal might have been off of his car.
Yeah,
we're not sure.
I suspect it could have been off the 18.
All right, there's Kyle. He's back out on the track. Let's go back and show you the race off pit road, because Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now in 2nd place behind Juan Pablo Montoya. Here's the story.
Okay, you see all the leaders are on pit road. Denny Hamlin was the leader when they made this stop. And this is where that strategy play comes in. And Lance McGrew does a great job with Dale Earnhardt Jr. getting these 2 tires. And you can see right here, he's going to just get out of his pit stall ahead of a group of cars coming behind him. And the key thing is he's going to pass Denny Hamlin, who was the leader. And you can see now how much Junior gains and how much this 11 car loses right here, just by a little bit. But boy, those spots are valuable.
And now let's shift gears and talk about Juan Pablo Montoya, because you and Doc laid out the groundwork that if you were within 15 seconds of the race lead, you could afford to make a pit stop. The car, we found out from Mike Massaro, was not handling real well, and he made the stop, and now the caution comes out. Bingo.
It's a little bit of that road course strategy. This track is just about big enough to do that. And Brian Patty, very smart crew chief, he makes this call when the car's not right. He says, okay, let's get in here and make a pit stop, get 4 tires, make an adjustment, and gamble on having a caution. If the caution comes out and we're on the lead lap, we stay out and gain the lead. And that's exactly what's happened right here. Great move by that team.
We saw Kyle Busch come back in and go back out. Doc, what's the latest?
Well, the debris that brought the caution out, guys, was a radiator pan from beneath the 18 car, as you guys have speculated. You're exactly right. They came in and screwed a piece of sheet metal on, and it couldn't get it all the way in. And we went out the backstretch, went down to turn 2. It came off again. So that was the other piece of debris that came out just a moment ago. So as we'll show you, they were trying to get the piece on, and he went back on the racetrack and watched the piece. You just saw it shear away beneath the car and go flying away and come down on the racetrack. That was the patch they had put on after the original pan had come off by the car bottoming out going down into turn 1. So they brought him back in. They're not going to fix it now. They're going to try to put some sealant around it and some tape and just have him deal with it for the final laps.
All right, they're coming through turn 3. Thanks for the update, Doc. Great work there. So now everybody knows what happened to Kyle Busch. He's in 27th. It's